Sexual energy doesn't actually exist. It's a false concept. It's not real. When you feel as though, I've got a surge of sexual energy, and then to disperse that sexual energy using fancy breathing techniques, what's actually going on is you see a reason to get sexually aroused, right? Something doesn't cause you to become sexually aroused. You choose to be sexually aroused. Let's say you see a nice girl or something, and you start fantasizing about her. The girl doesn't cause fantasy. You actively fantasize because you see reason in engaging in that. Maybe it feels good to fantasize about her. Maybe it feels as though I'm addicted and I have to do it. You're not actually addicted, but if you believe you're addicted, it'll feel like you are, and it'll feel like you're out of control, even though you're not. So, just to recap, sexual energy, what people think that is they think that I see something sexy, and that sexual energy becomes activated in me without my will. But instead of using the word sexual energy, let's use the word desire, because that's all that's going on. When I desire tissues, when my nose is runny, do I have some tissue craving energy? Do I have tissue energy? No, I just want the tissues. But for some reason, when it comes to women, when we catch ourselves thinking about girls and becoming erect, we think that that is a symptom of our biology and not a symptom of our mind. Now, I'd almost never think about chicks. That isn't a testament to my low testosterone, because I used to think about chicks non-stop. And my testosterone level is presumably the same. If anything, it should be higher now that I've quit porn. Supposedly my testosterone is supposed to increase. I don't necessarily buy that, but if you do believe in that, then you'd expect me to have more sexual energy when I actually don't think about girls almost ever, because I don't see much point in it. Do you get what I'm saying? You don't have surges of sexual energy. It's some bullshit. That's some Indian Hindu shit. That's some Hindu fucking Buddhist spiritual type of shit. If you want to actually think about science and reality, think about desire, human emotion, right? If I want to write something down, if I'm like, shit, let me write something down. Pen. I desire the pen. Where's the fucking pen? Where's the pen? I need the pen. I need the pen. I need the pen. It's the same type of desire as, I want to feel good. Let me think about girls. Let me think about arse. Oh yeah, arse tits. Yeah. Pussy. It's not a surge of sexual energy. It's just an action that you choose to take. But it might feel like an addiction. It might feel like it's some sort of pathology. It's not pathology. There's nothing malfunctioning in you. You just see reasons for doing something. It might be false. It might be a false reason, right? So here I've been having a lot of the sniffles recently, as you might be able to tell. I get them quite a lot. I bought this turmeric active taste lifestyle with ginger and orange. It cost me £5.50 for 20 tea bags, which is a shitload. I bought that to try and cure my cold. Now, that might not cure my cold. That might fail to cure. That might be making it worse. How do I know? But my point is, when I find out, I don't need that, I'll just stop. But when it comes to porn, when it comes to masturbation, when it comes to fantasy, we blame it on our biology. We blame it to be fixed. It's not fucking biological, it's mental. And now we have all these fancy evolutionary explanations. Here's the thing. Right, so we are designed to breed, right? But it's not causal. We still have control. We still have our mind as the intermediary bridge between our environment and our emotions. So if I watch a horror movie, let's say me and a girl, right? Let's say we're watching a horror movie together. She might get extremely scared. And I had this where I was seeing a girl, we watched a horror movie, and we were in bed, and it was 3 a.m, and I woke up in the middle of the night, and I looked at her, she's literally up, sat there, looking around with the lights on. And I'm like, why are you awake? Why are the lights on? And she's like, I got scared because of the movie. And I'm like, what the fuck? I found it so funny because the movie actually wasn't that. I swear to God, the movie wasn't even that scary. Anyway, she was literally sat up, and I was like, why the fuck are you awake? It's 3 a.m. I fell asleep straight away. She was like, I'm scared of the movie. My point is that we both watched the same movie. We both have the biological mechanisms in our brain, the hardware. which is towards fear, right? So what I'm saying is, just like we have hardware in our brain towards sexual reproduction, we both have hardware in our brain for fear at the amygdala. But due to our differences in perception, myself and the woman's, she perceived there to be more fear in the movie, and I didn't. Let's say she believed more in the supernatural. Let's say I don't believe in the supernatural that much. When we watch the movie, she's scared, because she low-key believes in the supernatural. So now late at night, at 3 a.m, she's thinking the monster might get us. The monster might get me. I'm not thinking that. I'm going to bed. I don't give a fuck. Now, there are some movies that scare me. I'm not claiming that I'm this trooper. I got pretty fucking scared at the Blair Witch Project. That was a fucking sick film. If you haven't seen that, watch that. It's a sick film. My point is, I've got sexual desire, or how would you say it? Sexual hardware in my brain. So do you. So does everyone. But not everyone gets a boner looking at fucking porn or women or adverts with sexy women on it or movies with sexy scenes in it. It's not causal like that. It's our perception. It's dependent upon our perception, right? If I see very little point in thinking about girls, I just won't do it. I don't see much point in getting this deodorant can and going, oh, and going like, pretending it's a fucking boat like I'm a child or something. That's fucking retarded level shit. That's like retarded. So I never do that. I never go like, deodorant, fucking, like, what is that? I never do that. That's the first time I've done that in my whole life. So think about that. That was retarded and pointless. So I never do it. Now, if you have the same perception about porn and the same perception about women's bums in your mind, instead of viewing it as this biologically causal thing, embrace your own fucking free will and think, do I really need... First of all, accept it. Right, so you'd be like, okay, I like thinking about bums, right? And then you can, now you've admitted it, you can kind of think, do I really need to be doing that? Is it true that it's biological? Is it true that I need to do it? Is it true that I'm addicted? Can I be happy without it? Do I need to do it? Maybe you like doing it. Maybe you don't want to stop. Do you, man. Do you. But my point is that it's not the case as though it's some biological sexual energy which is being kind of produced in the balls by some magical concept and the Hindus figured out how to disperse it. This is all like Eastern like bullshit. This is like the type of bullshit you see when you read fucking like esoteric like bollocks. And I'm not denying spirituality and stuff, because I think it has its utility in terms of like shit that you can actually prove. You don't want to believe in stuff that you can't prove. You know, you can't prove sexual energy, whereas you can prove the idea that sexual desire comes from our perception, as I just explained. I used to really, I used to think I was incapable. I used to think, right, if there was a hot girl that walked past, I have to look at her ass. I literally believed that I had to. And I used to literally behave like that. Whereas now I don't do it anymore because I don't see any point. I realised I didn't have to do it. I realised it was not a fact of biology. It wasn't a fact of fixed dopamine circuits. And I could just change by failing to see any point in it, in the same way that I failed to see point of this deodorant doing the fucking whatever the fucking fuck that was. Alright? I hope that makes a lot of sense. Stop believing in Hamza's concept of sexual energy. It's such bullshit. Like, read the Freedom Model instead. It's way better. The concept of sexual energy is as bullshit as, like, it's just fucking bullshit. It's just bollocks. It just doesn't exist. What you feel to be sexual energy is your own desire. It comes from your own fucking mind. It doesn't come from your balls. It doesn't come from biology. It's not out of your control. And that doesn't mean you have to resist urges. You just don't have you can choose to not have the desire. I don't desire to do this with the fucking thing because I see no point in it. That's it. Read the Freedom Model, free link below. That's where I've gotten all this stuff. I'm no genius. I just learned stuff. And then now I've applied it to my life and it's had great results. So I'm no genius at all. I didn't come up with this on my own. I came up with some of it on my own, but the vast, like 95% plus, is in the Freedom Model for Addictions. Best book about addictions, and you can just take control of your life a bit more, right? So read that book. Link in the description below. That's it.